making ourselves read daily online comments which criticise our appearance, question our intelligence and threaten our safety. In a post when the election was called last year, more people asked me if I had an OnlyFans account than about our manifesto pledges.
Disgraceful.
Online, I am called Barbie. I'm a stupid girl and a child playing politics, and many more creative things that I can't say in this house. I know many great women who haven't stood for Parliament because of online abuse or worrying about their safety, and this house is worse off because of it. My message for women who are thinking about getting into politics is that there's a place for you here, and we need you.
Will the Honourable Member give way?
Yes, absolutely.
Does she agree with me that she is a phenomenal role model herself as a woman with a great knowledge of business and sitting on the Business and Trade Select Committee, brings a special expertise, having worked herself in the fashion industry?
Rosie Wrighting. I thank my honourable friend for those really kind comments. But the things I see on my screen also translate to real life. And when I walk back to my flat tonight, I won't have my headphones on, so I can hear if someone is following me. And when I go out with my friends, I won't put my drink down because I'm worried I might be spiked. And when a man asks for my number on the tube, all I'm thinking is how I can let him down gently because I'm worried how he might take it if I say no.
Will my honourable friend give way?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I thank my honourable friend for giving way. I'd just like to remark it in support of her observations about the experience of being a female Member of Parliament, that when we were advised about security as candidates by this place, the advice that we got from a bunch of white men, we kind of looked at each other, us female candidates, and observed that almost everything they were suggesting that we did, walk in the light, don't have your headphones on, be careful where you stand on a platform, were basically the advice we had been given by our mothers at the age of 12.
Rosie Wrighting.
Yes, I absolutely do agree, and coming into this place, it's sad to say that that advice wasn't new to us, and it is sadly things that we've had to learn just through our own experiences. And I also want to put on record my admiration for colleagues across this House from ethnic minority backgrounds, the LGBTQ+ community, and female members who have disabilities, because they fight a fight I can't even imagine. I am surrounded, though, by many, many great male colleagues in these places, and I know that we cannot accelerate action, uplift or empower young women without also engaging young men. We have to be clear, we cannot tackle violence against women and girls without supporting young men at this vital point. My constituency is not unique to having women in our community who've been killed by a family member or partner. And I want to take a moment to mention the horrific case of Andrew Assock, who was a well-loved nurse in Kettering, and she was killed alongside her 2 children in December 2022 by her husband. Andrew went to work every day to look after others and support our vital public services. But when she needed support the most, she was let down. But we have so much more to do to make women feel safe at work, walking down the street, and even in our own homes. And I know members across this House will continue to work together to make sure that we can accelerate that action.
Annalise Midgley.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Every year, over 1.6 million women in this country experience domestic abuse. And in my own constituency of Knowsley, we have recently had the highest rate of femicide. I'm determined to do everything I can in my power to keep women safe in my constituency. Madam Deputy Speaker, Paula Leather was from Knowsley, and in her family's words, Paula was beautiful inside and out, so kind, so loving, and she was the person that was there for everyone. She worked at the Asda and was the mum of Jason, Jessica and Matthew, and the proudest nanny for her first grandson. But Paula's husband barbarically murdered Paula in their home, stabbing her up to 300 times. And behind each statistic we cite are real lives like Stephanie Owen, Sharon Hayter, Teresa Wishart, Valerie Turner, Magdalena Palcutt, Lorraine Cullen, Karen Dempsey and Courtney Boom, all women from Knowsley, killed by male violence against women, some murdered by their own sons. 1 in 10 women killed by men are killed by their own sons. Madam Deputy Speaker, I'd like to turn to the urgent issue of funding for specialist domestic abuse services. For many survivors, these are a lifeline, but the fact is they're struggling financially. They're stretched, underfunded, and in some cases shutting doors. We can't accept this. Many survivors are more likely to turn to them and have more trust than they do in the state and the police. So these services must be at the heart of this government's mission to halve violence against women and girls. We've got to put our money where our mouth is. Madam Deputy Speaker, the first step, the only independent specialist domestic abuse service in Knowsley, literally saves lives. And I want to commend the Chief Executive, Carolyn Grant, and her team for what they do for Knowsley. She's up there. Yet they are being forced to turn women away because the stability of funding just isn't there. And that's why I've written to my honourable friend, the Victims Minister, to ask that this sustainable multi-year funding is committed to specialist domestic abuse services, including the first step in Knowsley. I welcome Raheem's Law and everything that this government is doing on this urgent matter. We've made incredible progress and have great ambition for women, and I'd like to thank my honourable friend who's on our front bench today for all her work. But no funding was pledged for domestic abuse in the last budget, and I very much hope that that changes.